It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Houston Texans and the New York Giants, and it's coming up next.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Houston Texans and the New York Giants. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much it's made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
I still remember when he was drafted, there was a little bit of controversy about how high he was selected by the New York Giants, but his talents were revealed. He can make every throw in the book. Surprisingly good athlete. As long as he takes care of the football, doesn't turn it over, he can really make plays. That's not, baby.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Rolling to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes he'll open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jones.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. The Giants and the Texans last year, if you go by the numbers, the two poorest offenses in the NFL. The Giants 31st in total yardage, and the Texans dead last.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. Throwing, Jones. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early. So a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man, but he was entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the first round of the 2021 draft.
Mills on first down. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. Now Mills. And his throw is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Mills. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau.
Pass interference. Defense.
So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's Pierce. Sidestepping his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Well, the pass interference call on the previous play, that set him up nicely for that 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, they were able to capitalize from a yard out. Plenty of barking from the sideline about the call, naturally so. But maybe you have to quit barking a little bit and focus on the next play. Their focus wasn't there, and they gave up the touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return for just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that would be the last shot that they take in this game.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. He's got Bellinger. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He missed on his first 3 passes. Was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. I think he might be off to the races.
Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a third down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back their own.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially give him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. Touchdown, Giants! Richie James, 28 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from evening this one up.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. It's 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And now out comes Houston. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. Jalen Smith, the NFC's leading tackler in 2020. They're on the stop defensively.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Mills looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mills. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
To win any route, you got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce
With his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter.
and the Texans have moved out in front. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter. He's got both of them.
But he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play call doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that drive, 4 plays.
It was all capped off by a run from the rookie, Dameon Pierce.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Holding. Offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back. It's back to 2nd and 10.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and football right on the money.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Jones on first down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Their ideas. They're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now for the 29. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off play action. Jones. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. Kenny Galladay, 32 yards. And the Giants are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're on is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you go down a little bit more, so that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside your receiver.
Extra point try good by Gano, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Houston set to take over. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. Let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. On 1st and 10, Mills. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Opening carry of the game here for Rex Burkhead. Only a couple errors, so he brought down about the 28.
And the big fella stepped that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
5 of the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Here's Mills. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and an additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. From the 27, Mills. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, to me, there's no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Throwing, Mills. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with the pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. That's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw and it turned into an interception.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
You know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. A beautiful fake. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shut a tackler there and continue on.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Jones in trouble here, and down it goes. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
That's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carping them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Pretty entertaining start, 14-all to score on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Slayton. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jerry Hughes. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Well, that was a show of support to even allow him to attempt to make that kick. And you know if he did, that would tie the NFL record. That's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, it would have been a big deal, but a little bit short. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Pierce now up the middle, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on rips like those. They're not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and give their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get county yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Looking to throw is Mills. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games. Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff for Pierce. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They go play action. Mills. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Pierce gets this one running right.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down to the 22. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll try to throw here. Mills. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now brings up 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Mills to throw it.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try.
It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6, but they'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. Dancing to his left. To Barkley on the check down. Call a gain of 6 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progression, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Desmond King back deep. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And the Texans will take over.
And now out comes Houston. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first down, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's the option going right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, this is great work by a quarterback here. He's doing anything he can to avoid taking a square hit. I admire the way he worked his way through the initial contact and then continued downfield for good yardage.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Give to Pierce. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mills Hill. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 27.
Give left side for Pierce.
And not a whole lot of room operate there on the first down run. It gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Nico Collins.
A 24-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs.
Previous
And
play,
I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field
So
stands.
they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
The New York set to take the field. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Jones. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest at first half, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jones.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off of Barkley. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now just tallying it up.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
Now Jones.
Another pass complete to Bellinger. He's into the secondary.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 to 6. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Throwing, Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton from 6 yards away.
And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. That's not fun for defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up when we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we're seeing with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. Go the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Touchdown here to kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. First down, Mills. Over the middle, complete. That's more. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Mills. He gets it to Cooks. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. And his throw here's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mills again. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, Mills. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Mills on first down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down. Mills. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get to the 36 to pick up the first. Mills to the air again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder sit up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Houston. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Well, the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. A run by Pierce begins the second half.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, sometimes as running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Mills throw complete here, pulled in by Howard.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there, finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Mills.
That's complete to the tight end, Akins.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's tough to play zone defense when they just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we can talk about finding a soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the G's, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing, Mills.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
That huge loss on the sack makes the job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there and take the hit and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Giants' 5 will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw. Jones. His throw incomplete. Wandale Robinson, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Pass to Bellinger on the crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jones. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be complete. completed. Every receiver was locked up.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Gano's kick is good, and that will tie us at 24 all. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 25-yard line. They'll get things started with a carry by Pierce. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the shotgun to give to Burkhead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. You just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time uses quickness to make a play.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Cameron Johnson now as he's on to punt for Houston. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. For the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. He's having a big game through the air. Sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Hudson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when I hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
83 yards for him on the ground now as he's been terrific here this afternoon.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. He finds his man. Complete. That's Hudson. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Looking to throw. Jones. Now the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To throw again. Jones. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. Gano's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. So give him 3 on that drive. Normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder. Field goal is going to be enough because, as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw is Mills. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, the really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want to catch the football first.
Mills now looks to throw on first down.
And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Complete to Chris Moore. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 49-yard line.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On second down, here's the option.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mills.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sag. Now it's 3rd down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
They'll set up a throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Mills now.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Mills from the gun on 3rd down.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and keep them out of the end zone.
So a big one coming here for Katie Fairbairn. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway and trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley, responsible for well over 100 yards of total offense, but still hasn't found the end zone. Do you think that's in the back of his mind going into this drive?
It's always in the back of the mind of a player having that type of a day because you want that gratification for your work, right? You want that stamp on top of everything. But bottom line for him, he's doing great work. Sometimes it just opens it up for other people to actually get into the end zone for him.
The runners, would they rather have 60 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 150, no touchdowns?
I think more than likely 150 and no touchdowns. But all the runners that I know would say, I'll take 150 and 3 touchdowns. They're greedy that way. Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. Nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Jones. He's got Bellinger. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 108 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Again, it's Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
2nd down and 4. Throwing Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Jones now on third down, and that is incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to break our fourth quarter tie. Gano's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them a lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Taking it about the 1 on the return, Tremont Smith. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Houston set to take over. And now they find themselves trailing following a field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
One thing rookies need to run at this level and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Now Mills. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Mills to throw it. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as a tackle is made at the 18-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on a play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. The New York set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
It really, with the 4-minute offense, is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. And how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Jones on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. Big strides, look at him go. Touchdown! Daniel Bellinger, 51 yards. And the Giants use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor it. He shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Extra point try, good by Gano. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taking in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. Well, you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 23. A first down throw for Mills. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. To throw, Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And incomplete on a deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mills. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Here's Mills. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball is in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Mills looking to throw it. And this is caught out for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Mills. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. He was trying to find O.J. Howard. And it's second down. Mills back to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 30. Given 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
So first and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Burkhead going to run straight ahead here. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Going for it with Pierce. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the first crack here in overtime goes to the New York Giants as we are back underway. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and will bring up a 2nd and short.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to it before either guy in double coverage could react.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 to 44. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego. Because a lot of times there's so many different plays you want to call. But when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jones toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this open drive of OT alive. On the draw, this is Barkley. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive OT continues. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Looking to throw. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And this is going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Back to throw again. Got a man, Slayton. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now Jones. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good report with Parker.
That we were. I just love being able to be witness to a game like this. All the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what, we're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field. Very tough. Not surprised it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
Gano the extra point. They will take a 7-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Feels it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. First throw of overtime, Mills. And his pass incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
So far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Mills. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Fourth down, Mills. He's going to go up top again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans try it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
So it's a win here for the Giants, and it's thanks in large part to the play of their quarterback, and that's Daniel Jones.
Yeah, we really saw a quarterback at the top of his game, didn't we? That was a masterful performance. 5 touchdown passes, and I'll let you know a little secret, partner. I think it could have been more.